Hagen White, mayor of Boston, 68 to 84. Why did they put that bird? Oh my God, it's a real bird. Oh my God. I thought that was part of the statue. And I'm black, so you know how this looks. She scheduled this tour and she's late for it. Burn her! I think I've just always been a storyteller. I grew up around storytellers. It's just innately in me. I remember sitting around conversations that my mother and grandmother and sister would have. They would just kind of meet after a long day of work and just talk. And somehow, whatever they were talking about or whatever they dealt with that day, they could relate to stories back in Guyana of growing up and raising children and dealing with this person and dealing with that person. And I absorbed all of that. Good morning, my energy. I'm currently on an aircraft that is owned and operated by Spirit Airways or Spirit Airlines. I think it's Spirit Airlines. I have not flown with Spirit in so long. I am on my way to Boston and flying standby, of course. And I've listed for Spirit and I listed for Southwest, but Southwest doesn't have seats for my connection, so I'm not even about to play with them. Hopefully, once I get to Orlando, there are seats on my connection flight from. No, I'm not going to Orlando. Yeah, I am going to Orlando and then to Boston. So fingers crossed. It's very early in the morning, so I'm hoping that I should be good. I'm like layered up, so I'm hot as hell. I might take this jacket off because I am so hot. New wiggy alert.
And our flight deck, welcome aboard flight 554, service to Orlando, scheduled to push back here in the next 20 minutes.
Alright, so I have landed at Logan International in Boston. First of all, I'm hungry as hell. My stomach hurts. I had to take Delta to get here. It's just been a rough morning. But I'm here. I'm in Boston, you guys. And I'm gonna give you guys more details once I get myself situated somewhere. I've never had to go upstairs to get to ground transportation. Usually ground transportation is on the first floor. Cause I literally just came down. Now I gotta go back up. This is weird. Who built this airport? I'm confused. I just want a lobster roll. I was on that damn Delta plane like, listen, when I get there, I'm getting me a lobster roll. I don't even like lobster like that. And I think I've only had lobster roll once. But, that's what they're famous for. So, that's what I need to get. Apparently, there's another spot for ride app passengers. So, I have to come back upstairs. So I went upstairs to come back upstairs. I don't understand. This airport is very architecturally challenged. I think that's where I came in actually. One of those gates over there. But yeah. Y'all, so I got a new wig, right? And I was working on it last night and I messed up the bangs and I'm so pissed. My bangs are so messed up. They're not so messed up, but like they could be a lot better. Oh shit, they could be a lot better. And I'm pissed that they're not. Like, yuck. Good food at this marketplace? I'm heading to the marketplace. They have good food? You don't know?
You have
Yeah, this one stop. I'm saying, have you been there before? The marketplace?
Yeah.
Is the food good?
I don't know.
You don't know? So you went and what did you do when you went there? What?
Sorry, my English is not good.
Oh, all right. No worries. I guess I'll figure it out on my own. Okay, so apparently this is the entrance to the market. Oh, I guess it's on the other side. Child, I don't know. I was not about to let that man drop me off in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to walk outside. Let me see what's on this side. It's cold out here. Oh, they got music playing. The sun is shining. Okay. We got a Starbucks. Let's go see what's going on with all this chaotic ass music they playing. Oh, that's a lady. You better go ahead, girl. Playing all types of music. Hey!
Yeah, there's a little grass space right across there.
This is so cool, and it's not as cold because the sun is beaming down right here. I like it. I need some food. And I gotta stay in the sun. Here we are. I can imagine it's probably popping out here in the summertime. Oh, we getting somewhere. Not him throwing up the peace sign. I didn't want you in my video. Oh, let me see what oysters they got. This is literally the place that was in the man's video that I started watching yesterday. Do they have char-grilled oysters? They go to lobster roll, not $26. Those are clams. Oysters on the half shell. Oh, these are all those are all raw oysters. Let's go down this way. Well, that was the entrance. Technically. Fresh cut fries. It's very warm in here. It feels so good. What they got? Oh, it's a mac and cheese spot. People be acting weird when they see a camera. Like, just smile. Either smile or don't say nothing or don't look. Don't get all weird. Oh, wow. $18.99. Not ribs on the cheesesteak, the hoagie roll. Ribs? That is a lot. That chicken looks good. Them ribs is outrageous. Why would you put that on the hoagie? This over here, teriyaki chicken. Oh, it was some women in the video that was gonna come get teriyaki chicken when he stopped to talk to them. I don't want that. I could get that anywhere. Naughty waffle, Boston stew, hot dog, $18.99 for a hot dog. This place is outrageously priced. What? Fried oyster. I don't want fried oyster. I could get fried oyster in New Orleans. Philadelphia steak and hoagie. I'm sure this is actually good. Don't want that though. What they got over here? Oh, this is the place where the man... Is this where he got the lobster from? What they got? Shrimp scampi mac and cheese. Mac and cheese look a little old though. How long have I been sitting there? Baked shrimp. Maine lobster pie. A naked Maine lobster roll. Cheesy lobster melt. Traditional. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing. Next. Kong Dong. Fresh corn dogs. Don't want that. Oh, they got the VV bubble tea. Love me some VV. I don't want that though. Cannolis. I want a cannoli, but not from here. They got pizza slices. I need to find an inexpensive lobster roll. I'm not paying $30 for no lobster roll. You need to give me the whole ocean. Give me the sea at that point. I feel like I need to get some recommendations. What's over here? This looks like this is all frozen yogurt. What's this? Chocolate strawberries. Child, they done lost the child. Or whoever they looking for. It's a pizzeria. Oh, this is the Regina pizza he was talking about in that video. I really watched this man's video. Like, and studied it. He said the pizza from here was real good. Look at the sausage on that. That shit is huge. It looks good. However, I don't want that. Everybody with this mac and cheese with the lobster on it. Don't nobody want that? This is what we want, baby. How much is this? You just got pieces of lobster for sale too? Oh, lobster cocktail. Seafood salad roll. What the price is looking like? I can see that. In case y'all wondering. Not a Paul Revere chili. What? That's a big ass shrimp salad. Look at them shrimp. I'm sorry. So the lobster roll is $27.10.
Yeah, this is the cold one. Cold lobster roll.
You have a hot one?
Yeah.
How much is the hot one?
The hot one, this tax is $30.
$30. What do people prefer, the cold one or the hot one?
The most popular is the hot one.
The hot one, right? Yeah. That's what I would think. I don't like cold sandwiches. What else do they have? All right, I might come back to y'all. Give me a second. Oh, they got, what is that? Got salmon. Is that a hot dog? With, what is that wrapped around it? Oh, look at the lobsters. And I think this is basically the end of the line. What's this right here? They got chicken parm. Lobster mac and cheese, as per usual. And french fries look good. They know they need to change that out, right? That looks crazy. Lobster linguine. Those are like pizza bagels. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. This is insane. That looks so good. Damn, I kind of want one of these. Those are the prices in case y'all wondering. We got a lox bagel. I don't even want to leave here. It's so nice and warm. They got a French toast bagel. I love bagels, guys. All right, so I ended up getting that hot buttered lobster roll combo. Combo was $35. So if you're wondering about Quincy Marketplace and the prices, now you know. I need a seat. Apparently there's seats up here. So we're gonna go see. It's a little less chaotic, a lot more quiet up here. This space is very cool. So for $35, this was my combo. The hot lobster roll, a small clam chowder, a drink, and the man told me I get chips regardless, but then the other man was like, no, you don't get chips. So somebody was lying. I think it was the other man. He just didn't want to give me no chips. This looks really good. I need to hurry up and eat it before it gets cold. But it got a little lemon. Let me put the lemon on there and see. Ooh, child. All right. I didn't want the clam chowder, which is why the conversation turned to chips, but it didn't make sense for me to just buy the drink and buy the lobster roll and pay the same price. So I might as well. The chowder is decent. It's not bad. It's very hearty, as you can see, which is a good thing. I'm just not a chowder girl. I would have to add some salt and pepper, because you know they don't be seasoning their stuff. Okay. But yeah, let's focus on this lobster roll. I think it could have been better seasoned, but that's why I asked him. I'm gonna take my vitamins. Bring those everywhere that we go. So I thought my only options for drinks was soda, but they have like homemade juice or whatever. So I got mango and passion fruit mixed together. It's really good. That is really good. Wow. This is really freaking good. He's singing his heart out.
Stay over. I said I already told you.
My Airbnb is only about 15 minutes away, I think, from here. So that's perfect too. I would dance. It is like, I'm just so happy to be here because I almost didn't make it, y'all. I almost did not make it. Whew. tab right here. Kevin Hagen White, Mayor of Boston, 68 to 84. Why they put that bird? Oh my God, it's a real bird. Oh my God. I thought that was part of the statue. I said, why they put a bird on his head? Yo, I'm weak. I cracked myself up. They really should be calling me Dora the Explorer. I get so excited about being places that I've never been before, or places that I haven't been as an adult, especially. Like being in Guyana as an adult, being here as an adult. I just like to be different places. I wish I would have gotten into the travel industry or aviation sooner. I feel like I would have crossed so many places off my bucket list had I gotten into aviation as a teenager or like young adult. But everything happens for a reason. Here we are in Boston for a great reason. Y'all, my bangs, man. How did I mess these up? I think if I roll them and put some spritz on them, maybe they'll stay. Because the wig is cute. Is the wig not cute? The wig is cute. I've just arrived at my Airbnb, which is here. Let's head on up. Child, I just had to walk up 4 flights of stairs. This is my little spot for the night. Whew. I am freaking winded. This is not a joke. Okay. It's a cute little spot. Whew. Baby, I'm tired. I'm not fully settled in yet, but I said let me sit down and get this out. Let me tell y'all why I'm randomly in Boston on a Wednesday afternoon, right? So, a few months ago, I applied to grad school at Emerson College, which is located here in Boston. I applied for the Masters of Fine Arts in writing for television and film, and I got accepted. So that is why I'm here today. I am so excited. I'm so, I still can't believe that I got accepted. Not because I didn't think I was, well, I kind of did doubt my abilities because I've been out of undergrad for 10 years. So, that's a long time to be like, oh yeah, let me go back to grad school now. It's been 10 years. What are you talking about now? You want to go back to grad school? I put it off so long. I just was like, oh, I don't need to go to grad school. I'll figure it out. I'll do this. I was in New York and I was focused on acting and all that kind of stuff. And then, crazy enough, I realized in 2017, I want to write more. And so I wrote my book, and my book came out in, when did my book come out, y'all? When did the Harlot Manifesto come out, y'all? That was 2020, 2019, 2020. Right around the pandemic is when my book came out. But I realized in 2017 that I wanted to write, that I wanted to create film, that I wanted to direct, that I wanted to tell stories that I had never seen told before. And I felt like I couldn't do that as an actor. Not that I hate acting, not that I'll never act again, but I felt like I needed to be behind the scenes. I needed to be the one telling the stories, writing the stories, or working with other people to collaborate on stories that we just have not seen on screen. And so even after I wrote my book, I was still like, okay, I don't need to go to grad school. I'm gonna figure it out. Somehow this is just all gonna fall together. And not that it hasn't been, happening in the way that it's supposed to happen in divine timing, but after I moved to New Orleans, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a doula. And that just did not work out. I trained when I was in Brooklyn, I trained when I was in New Orleans. And much respect to Black doulas, because we need them. We need Black doulas, we need Black midwives, we need all of those things. But that's not my path. My path is to be a writer, director, actress, filmmaker, That's my path. That's what I'm the most passionate about, right? Nothing else makes more sense to me than music, movement, and stage, right? And yeah, stage is different from TV and film, but it's all the same thing. They all fall under telling a story. Ever since I was little, I've loved musicals. And what is a musical? It's someone acting, someone singing, someone dancing. Those are the three things that make the most sense in this world to me. I've had numerous jobs, countless jobs. Even now working for JetBlue, I do love working in aviation. I do love my job, but that gnawing feeling of like, you're not quite doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're not quite there. Yes, you love JetBlue. Yes, it's great. Yes, you get to travel. But there's more. You want more. And I told y'all before I left Brooklyn and moved to New Orleans, Spirit said, if you want more, you have to leave. You have to go. I didn't want to leave Brooklyn. I've said this countless times in numerous videos. I had no intention of leaving Brooklyn. I just wanted my own space. And so when people ask me, when I tell them, oh, I live in New Orleans, or I've been in New Orleans for 3 years now, they're like, well, why'd you move here? It's always like, well, I wanted my own space. That's the easiest way to sum it up without saying Spirit told me I needed to move, because people are gonna look at you like you're crazy. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I applied to Emerson College in February. February was the early priority date for grad admissions. And so the only person that I told I wanted to go to grad school was my therapist. And initially, I wanted to go to grad school out of the country. I wanted to go to London for filmmaking school, for grad school. And I had done my research. I was doing my research for the past maybe year and a half or so, and I just couldn't find scholarships for, students from abroad, for U.S. students specifically, for Black women looking to pursue a degree in directing or filmmaking or whatever. I couldn't find anything at the school that I was looking into in London. I made phone calls, I was emailing, I was doing all this stuff, and I just wasn't finding the money. I'm like, where am I gonna get the money to go live abroad and study? Like, that's not cheap. And so I gave up on that. I also had told 2 people about that dream that I had, and I feel like that also kind of threw a monkey wrench in my plans. I told y'all I don't like to tell my business to people until my business is set in stone. And Spirit even told me, Spirit was like, you telling these people what you want to do and where you want to go and they don't have good intentions for you. We think that because somebody's our family member or our spouse or our partner or our best friend or whatever, that when we tell them things, they're always hoping for the best for us. That's not always the case. They may say they are, but deep down, they may be jealous of you. They may be envious of you. They may just hope you don't succeed at whatever it is that you want, right? And so those plans for me to go to London to study, to get my master's in film just kind of fell apart. I wasn't finding the resources that I would need to do that. And then I just feel like because I told people too soon, things didn't work out for me. So when I went back to the drawing board, my therapist said, are you still thinking about grad school? Because she's very like, why are you not doing this? She's a writer herself. She's like, why are you not doing this? Like, what happened? Do you still want to pursue that? And I'm like, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. Woe is me. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can do it. I've been out of school for 10 years. I don't know how this is going to work. And she was like, okay. You won't know unless you try. And that's always her thing. Like, you won't know unless you try. I remember we had a conversation and she was asking me, well, why do you want to go to school for directing or for writing? I was like, because I don't feel like anyone else can tell a story the way that I can tell a story. And she was like, so you're a visionary. And I said, oh, I don't know if I would call myself a visionary. I don't think that people call themselves visionaries. She said, well, why not? I was like, isn't that like a title that people usually give to other people? Like, people will say, oh, this person's a visionary, this person's a genius. She was like, why does that have to be the case? Why does someone else have to give you that title? She was like, you just said no one can tell a story the way that you can tell a story. That sounds like a visionary to me. And I had never considered myself a visionary. I had never considered myself, up to par with the Issa Raes and the Ava DuVernays and the Spike Lees and the Jordan Peels, and I'm not there yet, trust me. But Issa Rae has been a huge inspiration to me since Awkward Black Girl, since YouTube. huge inspiration. Like, oh my God, this girl has sat down and written these scripts and written these stories and put it on YouTube for people to watch and got a show with HBO and just taken off from there. Why can't I do that? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm like all over the place. I'm sorry. Okay, so me and my therapist had that conversation. She was the only one at that time that I knew that I still wanted to go to grad school and that I was going to try to apply somewhere. So I got back to it. I got back to the drawing board of looking for an online program. Something went off. I don't know if I saw something or whatever. I'm like, well, maybe I should do an online program. There are master's programs in New Orleans, specifically at UNO and I believe Tulane or LSU, but some of them required me to be on campus and I don't live, you know, whatever. So I'm like, well, maybe I should just do something online, something that's not as strenuous and stressful. I can still work at JetBlue. I can still do those things and take my classes. And so somehow, I guess I typed it in and Emerson popped up and I'm like, okay, Emerson College, never heard of it. I'm like, okay, it's in Boston. Well, I work for JetBlue. We fly directly to Boston, so that's cool. That'll work if I need to go there for any reason. What do I need? Okay, I need 3 recommendation letters. And that started to freak me out. I'm like, who's gonna recommend me? I've been out of school for 10 years. So I started to, I was telling my therapist, I was like, I don't know about these recommendations. So she's like, well, you could probably get a recommendation from your boss, right? And I'm like, okay, I could ask him, but I need 2 more people. Like, who can I ask? And I remembered one of my professors when I was at Morgan State University. I had hit him up when I was thinking about going to London for grad school. I'm like, hey, Dex, can you write me a letter of recommendation if I need you to? I'm thinking about grad school. And so he was like, yeah, just let me know whenever. And that was like maybe a year and a half ago that I asked him that. So I was like, okay, well, I can ask Dexter. Who else can I ask? And then I thought of another professor. I was like, okay, MK Asante was my creative writing professor and my screenwriting professor. When I took creative writing and screenwriting at Morgan with MK Asante, it kind of ignited something in me, right? I was like, okay, I realized I had always been telling stories. When I was like 12 is when I started writing. I would buy all these little journals and all these little diaries, and you would think I would write diary entries, but I would write stories. And I also wrote poetry. Like, that was a big thing for me. It was a way for me to like, to just kind of heal in a way and kind of like just get out what I was feeling and what I was dealing with at that time, at that age. And so when I was in college and I took creative writing and I took screenwriting, it was like getting back to that little girl who was just, you know, writing in her little diary, creating all these little characters and all these little stories. And also, I think I've just always been a storyteller. I grew up around storytellers. It's just innately in me. I remember sitting around conversations that my mother and grandmother and sister would have. You know, they would just kind of meet after a long day of work and just talk. And somehow, whatever they were talking about or whatever they dealt with that day, they could relate to stories back in Guyana of growing up and raising children and dealing with this person and dealing with that person. And I absorbed all of that. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, this history, this knowledge, this wisdom, because there's always a moral. There's always something at the end of their stories that they connected and related to that taught a lesson. So growing up around that, that's just within me. I mean, if you talk to people that I know, that I've known for a while, they'll tell you that, they'll probably tell you that I always have some type of lesson to share with somebody, some type of advice to give somebody. And so it only made sense, right? So I'm like, I'm really all over the place, but I hope you guys can tell how excited I am to be here and like how excited I am that I even got accepted into this program. I'm ecstatic. Like I just,